Okay, today we're starting laying down on the back. Bend your legs and place them hip distance apart. And you can place the right hand on your belly and the left hand on your upper chest. Pull the chin a little bit to the chest so you have long spine. Feel both feet on the ground. And start breathing only in the belly. Where is your right hand? So take a deep breath in. Your hand rises up. And deep long breath out. And the hand sinks down. When you inhale, your belly fills up like a balloon. And when you exhale, slightly open your mouth and relax the whole jaw. And let everything sink down. Guys, if you want, we take another 3 breaths here, just in the belly. Notice the hand is not moving at all. And again, deep breath in into your belly, really expand it. Let the belly push your hand up and exhale, release. Last breath here. And deep long exhale to let the belly sink down and just leave it like this. And now start breathing into your upper hand, into the upper chest, and exhale, release. Try to not breathe so much in the belly. Maybe there is a little bit of movement on your right hand, but be more aware that you expand the upper chest. Probably the movement is not as big as the one on the belly. Deep breath in into your upper chest. You breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth for 2 more repetitions. And last one. Deep long breath into your upper body. And exhale, relax the chest. Now take your hands either on both sides of the rib cage, so right hand on the right side, left hand on the left side. Or if you want, you can cross your arms and grab your ribs from the side. See what is more comfortable for you. When you cross your arms, you really feel the expansion of your ribs. So choose your position. And now we don't breathe in the belly, we don't breathe in the upper chest, we breathe in the rib cage. So feel how your rib cage expands with every breath in, and it gets narrow with every breath out. It happens 3-dimensionally, towards the floor, to both sides of the room, and up to the ceiling. So really expanding in all directions. Take another breath here. And next time, try to send your breath more into the floor, into the mat. And maybe you feel like your whole ribcage is lifting a little bit. Let's take 2 more breaths. And last one, pull the belly in, relax the chest, and take a deep breath in the sides of the ribcage and try to hold it. And we hold that breath for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale all the air out. Empty your whole body, pull the belly in, squeeze the ribs, relax the chest. Keep breathing out and hold that for another 4 or 5 counts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You can let your arms by your sides. Let your breath go normally. And from here, you take a breath in and lift the arms over the shoulders and continue over the head, and notice what is happening in your rib cage. If there is any movement, try to keep it to the floor, connect with the floor, and exhale, bring the arms all the way back on the floor, reaching for your feet. Inhale, we go up and over, drawing a half circle with our arms. And exhale, forward. The feet are stable. And you try, if you can touch the floor behind you. Oh, there are so many people today. Hi to everybody. Hi Yvonne and Francois and Paula, Anna. Good. And keep moving the arms 3 more times, keeping the awareness of the rib cage that is not lifting. So you don't necessarily have to touch the floor, but keep the neutral spine position. And we take just one more deep breath in, bring the arms overhead and keep the arms there. If you touch the floor, leave them on the floor. If not, just keep them a little bit up, but shoulders away from the ears. We're moving now the pelvis. Inhale. As you exhale, tilt the pelvis towards the ribs, so the lower back goes on the mat. And inhale, release. So you can imagine that you have 2 wheels on both sides of the pelvis, and you roll the wheels towards the rib cage and towards the feet. So the pelvis stays on the floor. We'll do a few of those. You can connect with your breath. Good. And with the next breath out, we reach with the arms, so hold your pelvis neutral. We reach with the arms up to the ceiling, send your shoulders away from the ears, and exhale, push with your arms forward and lift head, neck, and chest up at the same time, and look to your knees. Inhale, we roll back down, bringing the arms overhead. Exhale. First, let the arms travel up. Shoulders are away from the ears, remember. And then keep lifting 1 vertebra at a time. Your neck until the tips of the shoulder blades, reaching forward with the arms. And go back down. Let's do 2 more. Holding the pelvis super stable. Good. Now we add 1 knee. So you can choose whichever knee you like. Exhale, we lift the left knee up and roll up. And lower the foot down, arms overhead, rowing the spine down. If you have any neck pain, you can support your head with your hands and do this version. Just lifting 1 knee at a time and going into your chest lift. If you don't have any neck pain, using your core and emphasizing the lower back, you can keep stretching the arms forward. Our goal here is the pelvis completely neutral. Good. Lower back is not moving, just the upper flexing, and we're flexing 1 hip at a time. Isolated movement from the hip joint. All right, 1 last time on each side. Next time, leave 1 knee up. Stay up into your chest lift, and we'll lift the other knee next to it and take the hands behind the knees. Ready for assisted roll up? Squeeze your legs together, elbows to the sides. We have our power circle. Inhale. As you exhale, push with the legs forward, pull the belly a little bit in, and then we balance just behind the sitting bones. Relax your shoulders, inhale, and exhale, we roll back down, 1 vertebra at a time. Lowering the head down. And we repeat 4 more times. Exhale, roll all the way up. Good. Try to not use so much the head. The feet are not touching the floor, they are in the air. And exhale, roll back down. Good. Hi, Sarah. Well, today we're a very big group. Okay. Paula, watch out with the shoulders. Always relax them, but you know, I will keep reminding you until it's already ingrained in your mind. Okay. This should be our last one, and we're going to stay up. Roll yourself up and take your hands behind you. Try to bring the hands a little bit closer to each other, so you can be on your fingertips. Open your shoulders and walk a little bit more back with the hands, so you're on an angle. And I'll show you from this angle. We go with the feet, together with the feet, we bring them over to one side and lower both legs a little bit so we touch the floor. We inhale to lift and center and bring them to the other side and touch the floor. So upper body stays stable and we try to build one straight line, but watch out that you don't send the ribs too much forward and you don't round. So more or less neutral spine. Keep breathing. If you tend to overstretch your arms, add a micro bend in your arms. So you can slightly bend the arms. Francois, you can think of pushing the ribcage just a little bit forward and the head a little bit like double chin. Yes, like this. Good. One more time to each side. And we lower the feet down. Take the arms forward. So we're sitting here with the feet together. And stretch your spine as much as you can. We're just moving the shoulders. So imagine your arms are sliding on the surface. So you slide the arms back, the shoulders squeeze together and forward. Exactly. Yeah, Paula? I want to see. Okay, we're just moving the shoulders around the rib cage. Maybe I'll show you from the back. You squeeze the shoulder blades together and then they travel apart. Exactly. And all the time staying as straight as possible. So Francois, stretch the spine even more. Yes. And Sarah, you can lean a little bit more forward so you're really on top of the sitting bones. Good. One last time. And now we keep the shoulders in between those two so we don't squeeze them together and we don't push them forward. So both shoulders are really away from each other but relaxed. Feet are still together. We exhale, we tilt the pelvis and we roll halfway down. Stay around. Watch out where is your head. It's not in front, it's on top of your shoulders. And from here we open the right arm and watch our thumb and bring it back forward. Inhale. Exhale, open the left arm and follow the movement of your arm with your eyes. So you twist at the same time the head and you turn the arm to the side. Watch out that both arms stay parallel to the floor. Our core is working. Both legs are squeezed so the pelvic floor is working. Good. And we try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Very nice, everybody. Nice. Okay, last one. We keep the arms parallel to the floor and we roll all the way down. Tilt your pelvis and try to go as controlled as possible all the way down and relax your arms by your sides. Bring the feet a little bit closer. We go side to side with the knees. So feet and knees stay together. And we bring the knees over to the right side all the way to the right until you can still keep your left shoulder down. Inhale there. Exhale to come back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Bring both knees to the side, to the other side. Hold it there. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Either you keep going with this version. This is the easy version, but it depends how you feel in your lower back. Maybe you want to just stretch here. Or you can go with the knees in the tabletop position and do the same. Watch out that both shoulders stay on the ground all the time. And that the feet and knees are glued together. Choose your version. Be gentle with your body. It's not always about doing more and harder. We just want to feel better in our bodies. Okay, so the knees are exactly on top of the pelvis if you have them bent. So if for the knees a little bit more forward, away from the rib cage. Yes, and then the core can work more. Okay, last one. And come back to center. Hug both knees to your chest and roll side to side. To massage the lower back a little bit. Good. Ready for some ups? Inhale. As you exhale, lift head, neck and chest up. And here you can even help yourself with the hands to stretch the lower back. So you have the tips of the shoulder blades on the mat. And tilt a few times the pelvis to see where is my neutral. So you want to have your tailbone, your sacrum flat on the mat, ribs down, and the lower back really long. Take your hands behind the head. Head is heavy in your hands. And from here, both knees together, legs are 90 degrees bent. Exhale, we lower both legs at the same time. Halfway down, holding the neutral spine position. Inhale. Exhale. Now we stretch the legs into a diagonal. Inhale, bend. And again, legs bend, we lower halfway down and lift. So if your lower back is lifting, maybe tilt a little bit your pelvis towards you or don't go too low. We want to keep the belly flat. And when you stretch the legs into a diagonal, the higher you go is easier, the lower you go with the legs is harder. So find your perfect level that is still challenging, but not too much. So everybody roll a little bit higher. Francois roll a little bit higher. Yvonne, Anna, with the upper body a little bit higher. Yes. And stay there, and we do 2 more from each. Don't give up. Very good. And last one. And then we're still up. Take your hands behind the knees one more time. Assisted roll up. Elbows are to the sides. Exhale, we roll all up. Lower your feet down. Hands on your knees and stretch the whole back. Good. We're turning around to the side. And you can lay down completely on your arm. Moment. Imagine you have a wall behind you, feet, pelvis, rib cage, and the back are on that wall. And we take the upper hand on the pelvis and we'll move a few times the pelvis in different directions. So first, we bring the pelvis close to the ribs, to the upper side of the pelvis, and then away. So you bring it close to the ribs and away. Just one more time. Then find the biggest length, so away from the rib cage. And now we move the pelvis forward. So you twist the whole pelvis forward and back. Forward and back. Yes. And the last thing that we're doing, come back in the middle, so you don't go forward, neither back, exactly in the middle. The last thing is we're arching the lower back and rounding it. So imagine you send the tailbone forward, and then you send it back, sitting bones back, and sitting bones forward. Good. Again, from this movement, find exactly the middle. So you're not going forward and you're not arching back. It's exactly in the middle. So this is our neutral pelvis position here, and we hold it. We don't move it anymore anywhere. We stretch the upper leg, point the foot. You can hold your hand here to control that there is no movement, and we lift the leg up and down. So you cannot go so high. If you go too high, the pelvis is moving. You notice? So we hold it away from the rib cage, not bending, not extending, and not twisting. The knee shows straight forward. You can exhale to lift, inhale to lower. If you want a little bit more challenge, stretch the lower leg or keep it slightly bent to have a little bit less stability here. And if you want even more challenge, we'll lift the upper arm up, and then we'll do just one more. And then we keep the leg parallel to the floor, reach with your big toe away from you, and then we do circles with that leg. So small circles. If you need to bend again a little bit the leg for stability, but only so much that you're still challenged. Ribs are in. Watch out, where is your head? Is it in front? Keep it in alignment with the rest of the body. And by now it should start burning. We reverse the direction. Notice, did your position of the pelvis change? Keep sending the pelvis away from the rib cage. Very good, everybody. Still there. We relax the face. And let's bend the upper leg. Bend it, 90-degree angle. Flex the foot. And we go forward and kick, kick, and backward, kick, kick. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. If you want, check with your hand if your pelvis is moving here. Or just hold your hand there, and maybe with one finger, to not really hold the pelvis. We want to hold it with the muscles, especially with the core. When you kick back, really try to open the hip without arching the lower back. The foot is flexed all the time, foot, knee, hip joint in one line parallel to the floor. Last one, we kick backwards, really open the hip, keep your rib cage engaged together. We stretch the back leg, point the foot, go all the way forward and bend, and we repeat. It's like something like a bicycle. You stretch behind, go with straight leg forward and keep moving. Again, stabilizing the lower back, working on the hips. Good. Try to not wobble with the whole body. And last one. And the last version. We stretch the leg completely one more time. We go as high as we can. Now we can leave the pelvis move and go all the way forward. Touch the floor in front of you. Lift and all the way back and touch the floor behind. And here. Yeah. Hip movements are favorites, especially for men, but we need them all. To stabilize and to strengthen, some of us to loosen up. So here we combine different goals. And one last time, we keep the leg behind, leave the leg there. So reach back so you can keep the foot in the air. Reach back and stretch your upper arm, and we build a diagonal. And we imagine somebody pulls your hand and your foot in opposite directions. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, stretch. One more time. Inhale, exhale, stretch yourself really long, and release. Okay, we turn around on the belly, taking both hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows are close to the rib cage and lifted off the ground. Back of the feet pushes on the ground and the pelvis is tilted, so long lower back. The nose is over the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, start lifting the head, neck and chest up. And inhale, roll back down. So it's just the baby swan to prepare and to mobilize the upper back, the most rigid part of the spine. Hi Birgit. Today we're a big group. Good. Next time, pull the belly a little bit more in. Inhale. Oh, and Anna has somebody helping. And we push ourselves and go all the way up to stretch the whole spine in our full swan, looking straight forward. And then we bend the elbows close to the rib cage and roll one vertebra at a time down, articulating the spine. Inhale, exhale, start rolling the head, the neck, the chest follows. Pull the belly in, don't hang down, looking straight forward. Watch out with your shoulders, push yourself away from the ground and bending the elbows without using too much the strength of the arms, rolling down. Good. Try to use the breath and looking, when you go down, look all the way, all the time forward, and at the very end you look down. Then you're going to, yes, look forward, and then at the end. Okay. If you have no lower back pain and strong core, you can do the next version. We did it already last week for those of you who are there. Pull the belly in, and first imagine you are really frozen in this position. We go slowly. When you bend your elbows, your legs start lifting and your upper body starts lowering down. And then you push with your hands to go back in the same position. So you're frozen in this arch. So you can do it controlled, or if you want to go one step further, really activate your core and let go of your hands for a moment. Inhale to prepare, exhale to let go, and inhale to go up. So it's like rocking. See which version you want to do, but really stay frozen there and with strong core. You don't have to do the full version, but if you want to go even one step further and have no problems with the shoulders, you're going to start rocking again and then stretch the arms forward. So you start rocking and then stretch the arms and turn them in and outwards as you rock. Choose your variation, whichever you like to do. And then everybody sit back on the heels in our child's pose. The arms by the feet, resting the head, the shoulders, to give the hips a break, and your back extensors. They have worked a lot right now, so take care of 1 or 2 deep breaths, especially in the lower back. Okay. Then we roll up and we swing the legs to the opposite side. So we go again on the lower arm. You can already check that you're aligned. I'm using as reference always my mat. So watch out that you have the same space between your knees, your pelvis, your upper body, so more or less. And then from there you can bend the legs. And we do our micro movement with the pelvis. So pelvis to the rib cage first and away. Just a few times to again have awareness of what is happening in that part of the body and in which directions to stabilize afterwards. And then keep the pelvis away from the rib cage so you have big distance between the ribs and the pelvis, and we're twisting forward and backward, exactly the same on the other side. And then we're doing our flexion and extension of the lower back. So sending the sitting bones forward, really rounding the lower back, and backward. Again, find the middle between those two moves. So this should be your perfect neutral spine position. And we're ready to stretch the upper leg. And we start lifting and lowering. You can exhale to lift, inhale to lower. So you feel here the upper part of your leg working and not the spine. We're not compensating with the spine. It's the abductors working, the muscles which bring the leg to the side of the center of the body. Good. You can see that there is no rotation in your legs, so good indicator is that your knee shows straight forward. So if you had a light on your knee, it should show straight forward all the time and not to the floor or to the ceiling. Good. And you remember, if you like more challenge, you stretch the lower leg more. And you can lift the arm, because we're doing a few more here, trying to really stabilize the pelvis. If we go too high, the whole pelvis moves. So try to reach away from you and then lift, and then see how it changes the move. Good. Two more. And on the last one, we stay parallel to the floor, reach really, really long with that leg, and we do circles. The circles are small, but your leg gets longer and longer. So really the deep muscles that stabilize your legs are active. If you need to bend a little bit the lower leg, or challenge yourself to balance here. And we do a few more here. You can smile when it starts burning, and then we reverse the direction. We try to keep the face relaxed, and when you do the circles, go a little bit more back, so the glutes get some of the fun. Okay, almost done. And then from here, we bend the leg, flex the foot. If you need to bend a little bit more the lower leg for stability, and we go forward, kick, kick, and backward, kick, kick. If you want, see if your pelvis is moving here. You don't have to hold. Maybe you can just check, lightly touching. And always opening the hip, no movement in the spine. No flexion, no extension. But it looks good, everyone. Yeah, Birgit is smiling, that's good. And if your foot a little bit higher, so the knee and the foot are in the same line. So maybe the knee a little bit lower and the foot a little bit higher. Yes. Okay, do you remember our bicycle move? So we go back, as far back as we can, to open the hip And then keep the hip open, stretch the leg so you feel the glute. And then we go forward with the leg, bend it, and again back, open and forward. You choose if you have the arm up or on your pelvis. I think it's very important to stabilize the pelvis. So feel free to hold there. The foot this time is pointed. And you can just imagine that you're sliding over a table or a flat surface. And stabilizing the pelvis. Good. Last one. And then we stretch the leg again completely. And we do our big move. We lift the leg as high as we can. Bring it in front of us. Touch the floor. Circle all the way around and back. And try to touch the floor there. And lift and forward. Inhale and exhale. Just let your breath flow. Keep the leg as straight as possible. And the pelvis is going to move, of course, a little bit, but not too much. And we have one more. We're going to stay with the leg behind to do our diagonal stretch. So reach with the leg into a diagonal backwards and with the arm diagonally forward. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull yourself apart. Keep breathing out until there is no air. Really feel a vacuum in your belly. One more deep breath in. And deep long breath out. And release. Okay. From here we turn around on the belly one more time. But this time with your arms by your sides, close to your hips. You can look over the mat for the moment. Lift your shoulders a little bit. Push your pubic bone to the floor. The back of the feet down. If you can, squeeze the legs together. If not, don't open them too much, but just a little bit. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, reach with your hands back and lift the upper body. And lower back down. Inhale. Exhale to reach back and up at the same time, using our back extensors and rolling back down. The palms face up and we don't lift the head too much, but keeping the same distance between the chin and the chest and really opening the chest. Think of Superman. This is the position what we are aiming for. And in a moment we're going to add the legs. So the arms stay straight, really active. Paula, you can look a little bit more down with the head. Yes. Okay. And next time, put the belly really in and we lift the legs, arms and upper body at the same time. And your goal is to not go too high, but really stretch apart. And go back down. 2 more times, and on the 3rd repetition we stay there. And we're going to do our inverted hundreds. So hold it and start pumping with the arms, very quick, small pumps with active arms, and you breathe. Breathe in and out. Look a little bit more down, Sarah. Yes, perfect position. Everybody squeeze the legs together and keep breathing. Strong arms, straight arms, palms are facing up. And we have 2 more breaths. Keep going. One last deep breath. And on the last breath, really lift everything as high as you can to use your back extensors. Hold it for a moment and go all the way down. And sit back on your heels one more time. If you want, you can keep your arms forward or backward. See what feels nice right now. And stay for 1 or 2 breaths. Relax, especially the face and the neck. Good. From there, roll yourself to sitting on your heels. So we're stretching. Maybe Birgit, you can take another position, but for the rest of you, you can stay. So watch out that your heels don't open to the sides, but you're really sitting on your heels. So we stretch the front of the feet joints, and then we interlace the fingers and circle here to prepare a little bit our hands for weight bearing, and then reverse in the other direction. Good. Open your arms, keep your hands interlaced and pull your elbows to the sides. You feel your shoulders here stretching, and release. Again, pull to the side and release. One more time, pull to the side and release. Turn your palms facing forward and push at the same time, push your shoulders back, or your rib cage, because your shoulders move forward. And then bring the hands close to the chest. One more time. Push forward with the hands and back with the rib cage. And pull it together. One last time. Push forward and back. Now release your hands and bring the thumbs in and take your other fingers around the thumbs. So come a little bit closer. Up. And then from here you lower your hands, only the hands, down. You feel a stretch here on the front of the hands, and release. Again, down and release. I'll show from the side. So really down. Exactly. Good. One more time. And release. One hand with the fingers down, and then you pull a little bit back. It should not be hurting, but stretching here for in the flexion, and then reverse in the other direction. Pull your fingers up and towards the hand. One more time, only each move. And then switch the hands. Pulling down and pulling up. And just one more. And then we're ready to go. Shake your hands. We go onto all fours. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. There is one wrist space between your knees and between your feet. Neutral shoulders. And from here, at the same time, we stretch the left arm and the right leg apart. And bring them back in. Exhale, right arm, left leg. And bring it back in. Be aware of your lower back. The same stabilization what we had on the side. Same rules apply here. So no flexion, no extension, no rotation, and no side flexion. Good. Always push actively with one hand and one leg away from the floor. Think of reaching backwards with the leg, not so much up, but try to kick the wall behind you or the door behind you, whatever you have. Yes. Okay, last one. And then we take both hands, both knees down. Walk with your knees a little bit closer forward, just a little bit. So the knee button. Tuck your toes under. As you exhale, lift your knees off the ground and we hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down. Stretch your chest. Inhale. Find your neutral spine position. And again, we lift the knees, exhale, and we hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, softly lowering. Inhale to stretch the chest. So it's upper body stretching, not so much the lower. Of course, you can stretch as well the lower back, but more upper. And again, neutral spine. We lift the knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees down. Inhale to stretch. And next time we have a small challenge. Either you hold it like this, or we lift the knees and then we push a little bit more with the left foot and we stretch the right leg back and bring it back in. Stretch the right leg back, bring it back in, and lower your knees down. Inhale, lift the chest. Neutral spine. Again, first lift the knees off the ground. Keep everything stable and just one leg stretches back. Bend, then the other. Bend, knees down, chest, neutral spine. Let's do just 2 more. Either you just hold your knees up or you do the variation with the legs and looking straight down but not lowering the head. Good. And lower everything down. We sit back on the heels one more time. This time really stretch your arms forward and you can even slide your hands forward to stretch here the armpits and your chest. If you can, lower the head down and lift your pelvis up. And we'll stay in this stretch for 1 deep breath. And then roll yourself up again. We bend the legs, so we cross the legs in a comfortable position. Center yourself, pelvis, ribcage, head on top of each other. And we lift the arms up, stretch them really long, and reach with the left side a little bit more to the side. Lower the hand down and bring the opposite arm overhead, bending your elbow at the same time. Really stretch here. And lift and come back to center. We twist over to one direction, center to the other, center, and we reach with the other arm to the side. Reach, reach. So both sitting bones stay down. Lower the hand down. And we stretch here. Bend your elbow close to the floor to bring the shoulder away. Yes. And up. Use your core to lift the arms. And we twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. And we reach to the side and down and overhead. Let your breath flow here. And we go up. Relax the shoulders and we twist, twist, center, reach. So watch out that you don't go too much forward with the rib cage and you stay in the same line with your pelvis all the time. And we have both sitting bones always on the floor. Shoulders down, reach long. We get taller in the spine. Twist, breathe, twist, center, reach, so you send your rib cage sliding to the side, and then bend your elbow and stretch. So the more you stretch the upper arm, the more you're going to feel it. And we go up again. Good, keep moving. Beautiful. So Anna, you can send your whole weight next time when you go up a little bit more back. So you're not in front of the pelvis, but a little bit more back. Yes, that's it. Perfect. And if you have no space, when you twist, you can as well take your arms around. Good. One last time. And up. And from here, we switch the legs. So there is the other leg on top. And we lift the arms up and move the shoulders up to the ears and down. Inhale. Shoulders up and shoulders down. 2 more times. Chin a little bit more to the chest. Shoulders up and shoulders down. 1 more time like this. Inhale. Exhale, we add a rotation. So we bring the thumbs towards each other. So your arms turn inwards and turn them outwards as you lower. Turn them inwards and outwards as you lower. It should happen as well intuitively. Turn, so you turn your hands in both directions. Good. 1 more time. And then we keep the shoulders down and open the arms with the palms facing up. And from here we bring arms forward with the shoulders down and open the arms, send them back, but without sending the ribs forward. Hold the ribs in and send the arms back. Forward and back. You can imagine that you're holding 2 plates, maybe with cake or something that could easily fall, but we really like. So we want to save it. We open. Maybe there are grapes, they're more healthy and they roll easier. So try to not move the head forward and backward. 1 more time. And then we keep the arms open to the sides. Really put attention to your plates or whatever you have on them. We're not losing the ingredients and we are bending the elbows. So I think some of us lost the ingredients. And then we bring them forward, bend arms, and stretch, and open again. Open, not too much to the back, 1 line. Here try to bring the elbows close to you, so the shoulders are really working here. You can do it slowly, and bring the arms forward, and stretch, and open. If you want to do it more fluently, and forward all the time, shoulders down, ribs in, and face relaxed. Very good job. So we don't go as well too high with the arms. We want to keep our plates full. And then we reverse the direction for 4 repetitions. So arms straight forward. You bend the arms, open. So here you're going to really feel. Send your thumbs as far back as you can as you stretch the arms and bring them forward. Shoulder distance apart, not too close. And then we bend again, keeping the elbows close to the rib cage. Open. So we don't go as far, so our shoulders don't allow it. We try and then we stretch. I think everybody feels the shoulders by now. This was our shoulder activation power exercise for Sarah's birthday, which was yesterday. And one last time, we bring them forward. So this is the birthday cake. We hold it here for Sarah. And then there is a cake fight and we lift it up and bring the ribs in and try to go as far back as you can with the arms. So we have this rotation in the arms with the small poses, back, 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 for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Whew. Okay, stretch your legs. You can bend the legs a little bit and then we just move the legs side to side and we can rotate the shoulders to the back and to the front. Okay, good. We hold the legs in a comfortable position, something it could be more closed or more open. We're sitting exactly on top of the sitting bones, so I'm not rounding the lower back. And then from here we take the hands behind the head. We don't move the lower back, it's the upper body moving. We bend over to one side and do half circle forward over to the other side. So open both elbows and go up. We keep going in the same direction. And you can push a little bit with the head into your hands. One more circle in this direction. Inhale up and we reverse. Exhale in the other direction. Inhale up. Again, same direction. We keep turning around this point in the thoracic spine, which is usually so tight, and we're going to feel so much more flexible in that part afterwards. One last time. And take your hands behind you and open the shoulders and lift the chest and stretch here for a moment. You can take one deep breath and release. Okay. See that you have mat behind you and space for the legs. If anybody has the period, as always, I advise not to go overhead and you can do normal basic bridging. Anna, you have no problem with the spine or the neck? No, okay, good. So, lying on the back, center your spine, chin a little bit to the chest to have long neck. And arms by your sides, try to open your shoulders, sink the middle of your rib floor. Lift one leg up to the sky, next one up. Inhale. As you exhale, you go up and over with both legs. If you need to bend slightly the legs, there is no weight on your neck as always. You have the weight between the shoulders. We bring both feet slightly over to the left shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, roll one vertebra at a time down with the legs slightly on the side. Circle the legs over to the right side and roll back up again. And center the legs over the head. This time we start in the opposite direction. Legs slightly to the right shoulder and you roll on the right side of your spine. Keeping the head down in the arms. Circle the legs over to the left shoulder and center. Let's do just 2 more on each side. You can choose your variation.